Toll evasion is an ongoing problem. We don't see it as much as you would think, given that 95% of our customer base uses Easy Pass tags and pays their tolls simply through electronic toll collection. We do have 5% of our user base that does pay via tolls by mail. We collect 95% of the tolls and revenue that's owed to us. 1% has one or more plates that can't be read. Unreadable plates and then unbillable transactions. So depending on how a person's plate is read by the camera system would trigger a manual review of the person's plate, and then someone would look at that and be able to bill them effectively, or it's an unreadable plate and it just cannot be billed. Well, we look at travel patterns. So our Intelligent Transportation System and Tolling Operations Department will identify if they do see a vehicle come through exhibiting any type of travel pattern and evading the toll. So if we have the same unreadable transaction number of days in a row, we'll go out there at the operations department and try to interdict that vehicle. We also have our officers out there on a constant basis looking for covered, obstructed, obscured, altered plates. Since we really began this push back in 2017 with open road tolling at all of our facilities, we've stopped and summoned over 38,000 people for having covers or some type of obstruction on their plate. Our officers are trained in recognition of counterfeit plates, albeit legitimate plates that would look legitimate, like a permanent metal plate, or a temporary type of plate from a different state, which could be forged, altered. If the officer observes that vehicle going through the toll lane with the obstruction, we can issue a summons for failing to pay the proper toll because that was observed by our officers. We do post officers by tolling gantries. At times, it's one of many tactics we employ to see if anyone is doing that. We had a targeted operation at the Bronx Whitestone Bridge. We set up our license plate readers. On that day, we did get 12 vehicles at the Whitestone Bridge, just about $240,000. And in total, we had 17 persistent toll violator interdictions for over $500,000 for the day. When we stop somebody that's considered a persistent toll violator, they're stopped for having a suspended New York State registration. So they're not supposed to be on any public highway anywhere in New York State. We issue the driver a summons for operating a vehicle with a suspended registration. They come and tow the vehicle and safeguard the vehicle until that person can either register the vehicle properly by paying their tolls and fees and having that suspension cleared, or they can show up with their own tow truck and tow it off of the authorized toll lot, but it still cannot be operated legally. For out-of-state violators, that becomes really a persistent toll violator. They'll receive a letter in the mail saying they're prohibited from utilizing MTA bridges and tunnels facilities. And when we interdict one of those individuals, they're summoned, possibly towed, and then possibly arrested for trespassing on our facilities in violation of that exclusionary order. The tool is the joint effort with our partners and getting the information out there to let people know that it is not legal to cover your plate in any way. The best thing you can do, get yourself an Easy Pass tag. You pay the toll electronically, you don't get a bill in the mail, you don't have to worry about lost bills, you don't have to worry about forgotten bills. Join that 95% and help us bump that number up. It'll help you.